I know you could hear me. I know. Maybe John's running for king or something. Oh, folks. I just realized I wasn't playing the music. I almost got 3 days in a row. Almost.
Stand your ground. Stand your ground. Warriors of the kingdom, brothers in arms. I see within your gaze the same dread. The same dread that grips my very soul. Through the smoke and crimson fields, our banners torn, our armor worn. Yet here we stand, though death draws near, united still, we face our fear. A time may come when valor fades, when we abandon our allies and sever every sacred vow. But that time is not now, not today. Not today. A dawn of beasts and splintered swords, when our world falls into ruin. But not today. Today we rise. Today we fight. Look behind at those we shield, the homes we built, the lives we've sown. Every heart that beats in trust depends on us, on strength we've shown. The enemy may number more, their hatred fierce, their weapons drawn.
So,
They will break apart.
apparently,
We are
I was threatened.
A time may come when hope is lost, when darkness claims the
We're gonna pull it up.
final light, and all we've built turns into dust. But that time is not tonight, not today, not today. A dawn of beasts and splintered swords, when our world falls into ruin. But not today. Today we rise. Today we fight. By everything you cherish in this mortal realm, by every soul, by every dream, I call on you to stand with.
I have to end this song now because if not, he's going to clip it and take the whole thing. So I was threatened. Let's have a quick look at that. This apparently is a threat. I was told. 24-hour notice. 24-hour notice. Hold on, let's do a quick prayer. We forgot to pray. Lord, walk with us this day, be present, guide us. You are good, we are not. In Jesus' name, amen. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Anyways, I was threatened. So, 24-hour notice from a Libyan lion. I don't know who that is, but I got it through the grapevine that it's Malik. That's what I've heard through the grapevine. 24-hour notice, starting a list condemn ripping the Quran. Big John Steele. Big John Steele just was threatened. This man right here was given 24 hours notice to condemn it. 24 hours. My goodness gracious. What am I going to do with all that time to condemn ripping the Quran? Or to condemn those ripping the Quran? What am I going to do with that time? You know, it's funny. Just give me a second. I have to condemn ripping this bad boy. It's got cat hair all over it. I got to condemn it. If not, I was threatened. I was put on a list. I was put on a list that if I don't condemn the ripping of this beautiful book, then I'm gonna be taken out. I'm gonna be taken out. I mean, who would rip a Quran? Who would do that? Who would do it? I can't, listen, I agree that people shouldn't rip a Quran. It's not a good look. It's not a good look. It looks pretty bad. It looks really bad. Like, for a Christian man to represent his religion and then just start ripping it up. Who would do that? Who would rip such a beautiful, beautiful book? I can't imagine why somebody would do it. Now, I fulfilled my duties. I condemned people ripping the Quran. I did. I condemned it. I mean, I don't understand. I don't understand how these people like David Wood could just go through this and rip it. You know, I just don't get it. I don't get how you could just take this book and rip. It'd just be an awful thing to do. It'd just be a terrible, terrible thing to do. I couldn't imagine. So I accept your threat. And I condemn the ripping of the Quran. I condemn it. It's done. We've condemned such terrible, terrible, terrible practices. Could never be me. I couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. I mean, it's not what goes inside you that defiles you. It's what comes out of you. But I ain't putting that in me. I ain't doing that. Ain't doing that. Oh my. Goodness gracious. You know, it's funny. Because, like, I would have never condemned somebody ripping the Quran. I would have never gone out of here and just gone out of my way to condemn somebody doing it. Unless somebody threatened me. I would have never done that. I've never just gone out of my way to condemn people unless I was threatened. This would have never happened. I would have never condemned. I mean, I fulfilled my duties. I condemned the ripping of Qurans. I couldn't imagine. Couldn't imagine. But I did it. I did it, right? Threats work. Threats work. They get the job done. Now, I have a favor to ask all of you. Can one of you guys clip that whole sequence, edit it down, the part where I'm like looking for it, and then send that to David Wood? I'd appreciate that. I don't have the time to do it today. So if one of you guys could do that for me, that would be just superb. Just be superb. Because he needs to know. He needs to know that I condemn his behavior. He needs to know that I condemn his behavior. And if he doesn't, I just don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Because it needs to be condemned. The ripping of Qurans. It needs to be done. Right? Like we all agree with that. It's completely unacceptable. I also realize I can't edit it now because my computer's too full. So if somebody could definitely do that for me, I would owe you. I would owe you. Somebody like I'm not asking for any fancy edits. Just take that clip, cut out the noise, and just send it to me, and I'll send it to David Wood. I'll send it to David Wood. And this is what happens. This is what happens when I'm left unsupervised. I condemn the ripping of the Quran. That's what happens. That's what happens when I'm left unsupervised. Right? It's just I condemn it. You shouldn't do it. That's wrong. That's wrong. That's wrong. My goodness gracious. Where's my wife? She's not here. Rip it. I would not. I would not do that. I would not rip the Quran. No. John, learn to read. It says condone, not condemn. Oh, does it? Does it? Did I read that wrong? Oh, it does. It does say condone. It does. It does. Well, I condemn it nonetheless. I condemn it nonetheless. So, man of my word. Let it rip. I don't know what you're talking about, man. We don't do that here. We don't do that here. We don't do that here. To be fair, the claim is David Wood ate it. Again, it's not what goes in you that defiles you. It's what comes out. Islam threaten those who rip the Quran. Christians pray for those who burn the Bible. This is insane. We got to pray for them. Yeah, we do. We do. We do. Thank you. Thank you, by the way. Is peeing on it okay? No. We condemn. We condemn peeing on it. Threats, they're a great, threats is a great system. Threatening people is a great way to get them to do the thing you want them to do. Is a great way to do it. It's a great motivator. If you want somebody to do the thing that you want them to do, threaten them. It's a guaranteed way that you'll get the job done. And so, yes, I condemn. I respond to the threat and I condemn. Big stretch. Now, let's talk about Canada. Because Canada sucks. I just got back from the doctor. My goodness gracious, what a terrible experience. You guys are all like, oh my God, free healthcare. Yeah, if you can get it. I got a bone spur in my elbow and I got terrible sleep issues. I've been trying to get my sleep issues fixed for years and they just keep telling me, oh, you seem fit, you seem healthy, you should be able to sleep well. And they send me about my day. I'm like, can you give me a recommendation to a sleep clinic? He's like, I don't even know where to find one. Oh, thanks for the help, buddy. Appreciate you. And he literally got up, opened the door, and was gone. And about like the bone spur, he's like, yeah, somebody will get a hold of you in like 2 or 3 months to see about talking to you about getting the bone spur removed from your elbow. Oh, thank you. Great. Haven't been able to work out in a year properly. So, Light is live right now. Like the guy who posted that. Did they offer me MAID yet? Not yet. Not yet. They might. With the sleep conditions I have, they might actually offer that to me. They might offer that to me because you can get MAID for like mental health conditions now. So, I mean, listen. If not being able to get a good night's sleep is a mental health condition, I definitely have it. Definitely have it. So Canada sucks with healthcare. But what is a bone spur? So basically I have a piece of bone in my elbow that broke off in my elbow, sticking out. And it creates discomfort and pain. So I can't do certain things. I can't do bench press. I can't do, what do you call it? Tricep presses, bones crushers. I can't do push-ups. I can't do things where I'm doing guards like this because it causes compression, causes pain. Been trying to get that fixed. Canada healthcare sucks. And then, so Canada healthcare sucks. And then they start, then this comes out. This beautiful, beautiful, beautiful thing. So we have, for those who are not Canadian, we have multiple parties in Canada. We're pretty much a two-party system, which is conservative and liberal parties. That's pretty much the two-party system. But we do have other parties that have influence, right? They work in the voting system. They have seats in the House, so they can take a minority government. That's happened before, I think. But yeah, they influence. And one of the bigger parties that we have is the NDP party, which I don't know what it stands for, which is pretty much the weirdest, which is liberals on steroids. Now, I'm pretty centrist, right? Most people think I'm hyper conservative. I'm not. I'm a pretty centrist guy. There's a lot of conservative viewpoints I disagree with. But NDP, my goodness gracious, is just the worst. And so they had a convention. And we have highlights. We have this one guy, he went through a lot of the work for us and he found some highlights. And then we have the 3-day, we're going to go see if we can find our own highlights. Because this is great. This is just a phenomenal thing. You only disagree with them because I haven't gotten to debate you yet. Fair.
And it's frustrating.
Let's pull back a little bit.
Of personal privilege, I understand.
I'll meet you guys there.
All right, just real quick, point of personal privilege. I understand there's very little time and for delegates to speak, but early on the mic, it's hard as a racialized and transgender delegate to sometimes use this card and speak to somebody in front of me in line and ask, hey, this pertains to multiple intersecting parts of my lived experience. I'd like to speak. I was rejected when I talked. And it's frustrating when these are my rights being directly under attack right now in Alberta, and that a cisgender woman had spoken over me. And I understand her rights are important too. This pertains to her too, but I don't know. I hope that in the future, the federal NDP will also have a broader...
Now, there's something about these cards that I haven't figured out yet. I was just told about it, but the cards are something. And we're going to figure that out.
Interpretation of the equity cards for speakers. That's all. Thank you.
Equity cards. Okay, what is an equity card?
I will invite delegates to assist me in better using the card by forming a straight line behind the microphone.
Wow. Hold on. What was that? What was that?
A straight line.
Oh, she doesn't. Is being straight that much of an issue? Is that much of a problem? That you can't say the word triggered by the word straight?
In better using the card by forming a straight line.
Look at the eye roll. Hold on. Well, hold on. Can we play it? No, we can't. All right. But like.
In better using the card by forming a straight.
God forbid they stand in every. Please, guys. Please, can you all stand in a queer line? Please stand in a queer line behind each other. Please. What is this right there deserves to be a meme right there. Oh my goodness, a straight line. God forbid you use a straight line. Unless you're rolling your eyes at something else, and maybe I'm missing some context. But that seems what you're saying here.
Straight line behind the microphone. With a prominently displayed equity card, if I see speakers ahead of you who are not holding a card prominently, it would be wrong of me to guess about their gender identity, and I will come to you.
Right. You need a card. You need a card, ladies and gentlemen. You need a little piece of paper. Papers? Wait, terrible German accent. But like, papers, please. And then get your papers. And it's like, oh, I see your, I'm going to stop trying the accent. But I see that you're a cis-based table attack helicopter, king of the world. All right, I understand that. I can't tell what gender you are by looking at you. I need a piece of paper. Show me your papers, please, so I can know your gender. Yeah, aren't the straights the ones keeping humanity going? You roll your eyes at the straights. Why are you here? If it wasn't for the straights, you wouldn't be here.
This applies so far, according to your rules, for gender identities other than a dude, but it is open to...
Wait, what?
So far, according to your rules, for gender identities other than a dude, but it...
Other than a dude? Is that what she said?
So far, according to your rules, for gender identities other than a dude, but it...
This is literally one of the leading parties in Canada. I'm not even fronting with you guys. I'm not playing. I'm not messing around. This is the NDP party is one of the leading parties in Canada. Like straight up. You guys listen to a song while I go get more coffee.
Socrates had a dream. Plato had a dream. Big John had a dream. All my life, I won't lie to get true. I stuck my argument or get locked in a boot. I play my interlocutor, speaks more than a meme. So I can have a real debate for 72 strings. Yeah, damn, I feel amazing. Then I'm in the sources. My mind is swimming through the footnotes, cross-referencing courses. Fire up that manuscript and zoom through the pages. Popping open commentary, scholars through the ages. And I pray you read your own books. Don't just quote the title.
Well, I almost desecrated the beautiful Quran by stepping on it.
It is open
That would have been terrible.
to us to change our rules as we like as we move forward into the bright and golden future. Thank you, friends. Let's hear the balloting co-chairs.
Did she call people to make a straight line? Did she misgender the line identity? Oh my God. To the gulag, she comes. Let's do it. So in case you thought I was joking about the equity card thing, I wasn't, all right? This over here was an NDP delegate / trans woman who was bitching that its equity card, which is supposed to allow one to jump to the front line to speak, may I add, didn't work. And that a cis woman got to speak before it did.
Your equity card puts you at the front of the line. I have mental health conditions, so therefore I get to speak first. I for some reason believe I am a dolphin, and therefore my rights supersede your rights to speak, because you don't think you're a dolphin. Therefore you don't get to speak. But if you did think you were a dolphin, you would get to speak. So what do you think you are? Do you think you're a dolphin or not? You think, you identify as a cis straight dude? Back of the line. Show me your papers if you want front of the line. Back of the line. You're a cis white man. You don't get to speak here. Get to the back of the damn line and we'll get to you if we got time.
These are the pressing issues of our time in Canada. Stick with me, it only gets worse.
My name is Mastura Tasneem.
that guy there, this guy here is like, how did I get here? What's going on? What's happening? What are all these people? What's with the cars? How did I wake up here? He has no clue where he is. His granddaughter dragged him here, and he's like, Grandpapa, you need to know about the world nowadays, and you got to stop using slurs. We're going to teach you about gender identity, Grandpapa. And there he is. He's like, what is going on? Where am I? What is happening? What is going on here? What, am I still dreaming?
I'm she. My pronouns are she, they. I'm from Ontario. Hello, bonjour.
Why did the woman just tell me that she is a woman? Why did she do that? I could tell she's a woman. Why did she tell me she was a woman? That doesn't make any sense. I have eyeballs. I'm not that old. That's exactly what's happening right there.
As we conduct this
He has no clue where he is.
convention today and the past 2 days, right now there's discussions of 10,000 American men and women being sent to Iran, being deployed just to be part of this bloodbath. Canada cannot and will not be part of the legacy of blood that was built in Iran.
Dog, what do you mean? Canada's not going to be part of a legacy of blood? The Geneva Convention was written because of Canadians. Our legacy is built on blood, whether you like it or not. We're a very violent people. We're very kind. We're very nice. We'll open the door for you when you're 10 miles away. We'll say please. We'll say thank you. We'll get you a double-double. We'll get you the best donut. But we'll also throw cans of food at you filled with bombs. It's literally the truth. The Geneva Convention was written because of Canada, because of how many war crimes we committed in World War II. Don't tell me we're not going to be built off of blood. We're a bloody nation. This is what we've done. Now we can improve, but I'm sorry, that is Canada's history.
In Palestine and now in Iran, this is a no question debate. I call this question, Madam and Chairs. Thank you.
Your point's quite well made, Speaker. I'll again thank delegates not to call me Madam Chair or Madame la Présidente. I'm a non-binary person. My pronouns are they, them, and their. Chair.
I realized I was still mic it. Oh, please don't refer to me. My pronouns are.
Your point's quite.
We're gonna just get rid of all like Canadian politics now. We can't say Madam Chair. What would you say then? They them chair. They them chair? You can't say Madam Chair anymore?
Well made.
It's not a war crime the first time. Canada is the nicest place except for two places, hockey and war. True. We also brought you guys GSP, so.
Speaker, I'll again thank delegates not to call me Madam Chair or Madame la Présidente. I'm a non-binary person. My pronouns are they, them, and their. Chair is sufficient.
Shocker. That guy, look at him in the back. Look at him. Hold on. Watch.
Sure, I'll again thank delegates not to call me Madam Chair or Madame la Présidente. I'm a non-binary person. My pronouns are they, them, and their. Chair is sufficient.
Watch this guy. He's going to spring up as if she just conquered the issues of world hunger and solved world peace. Boom. Look at him go. Yeah. Let's go. You tell them what your pronouns are. You tell them. It's such an important thing in life. You know, people are dying and starving to death, but your pronouns. My goodness gracious. These chicks or things, ears are massives, could fly or sail with those. Listen, we don't comment on people's appearance like that. We don't do that here.
And with regret, you've spoken to the resolution. It's not open to you to also call the question.
But you are right. She could hear you coming from a kilometer away.
If the question is the will of the House, someone else must call it because we heard from you in substantive debate.
Okay, I was not aware.
Weird rule.
Weird rule. I concur. We're in agreement. I'm going to try to not use any pronouns here. I'm just so scared of not using the right one. So we're in agreement here. You know, identity politics just doesn't work because it most to harm. Change time.
Background noise.
Imagine the people at this convention.
Go ahead. It's got point of privilege. The microphones seem really low today. It's hard to hear everyone at the mic between the background noise and.
It's not just a microphone.
A point of privilege? What privilege is that? You privilege of being able to hear? It's a privilege? Your basic ordered state is a privilege, ladies and gentlemen. It's a privilege.
Oh, that's low today.
The volume in here. With the
What the F is a kilometer in freedom units? It's like, I don't know, like 0.6 of a mile or something like that. So 5 kilometers is 3.5 miles. So do the math.
microphones is really hard to hear, and the closed captioning also is slower to make it hard to keep up with what's going on. Here, and the closed cap.
Could you just imagine? Like, listen, there's times I go to things and I complain a lot, but I complain to my wife. That's why I got married. Listen, if you need to complain this much, get married. That's what your spouse is for. I literally, everything I want to say, I just tell my wife, and she goes, yes, dear. Yeah. Yes, dear. Yeah. And I just yap. My goodness gracious. You see these captions, they're going by so fast. How am I supposed to keep? Yes, dear. Yeah. They should slow down those captions. Yes, dear. Yes, dear. Yeah. I can't hear them. They need to turn this up. What's going on here? Yes, dear. Yes, dear. That's the way of the world. But you don't take everybody's time. Go up to the microphone and complain. Oh, point of privilege here. Your captions are going too fast. What do you want them to do? Change it on the fly? That's going to be hard. Point of privilege. Listen, point of privilege here. We can't hear you. You know what you do? You go up to the sound guy. Listen, I used to do this for a living. A long time ago, I used to do sound for conventions just like this. And I saw some wild things there. This is before we went really woke. I'm an old man. But there's going to be a guy in there somewhere. He's going to be sitting behind this little mixer board. And what you're going to do is you're just going to walk up to him or her, right? And you're just going to say, hey, I can't hear what's going on. Can you turn it up a little bit? He's going to go, no problem. And he's going to turn it up a dB or two. And then the problem is solved. Then you can hear. Everybody can hear. Now, he's a guy with wisdom. He knows sound. He's been doing it for a while. But if it's too loud, he's going to go, hey, listen, it's probably too loud. Right? Maybe you move up a little bit. They're going to solve that problem with you. It's going to be in there somewhere. You just look. There he is. He's the guy pinching himself trying to stay awake because he was out partying the night before. He's out partying the night before. So he's pinching himself, trying to stay awake, drinking the free coffee that you guys gave him. And you're just going to ask him to turn it up a little bit. And he's just going to turn it up a little bit for you. You don't need to stop a whole convention and tell everybody how you got privilege. Point of personal privilege. We can't hear what's going on in the background. Point of personal privilege. My goodness gracious. The victim mentality of this world. I want everybody to know. I want everybody to know about how victimized I am. Everybody needs to know that I struggle hearing what you're saying and I struggle reading. Everybody needs to know it right now. We need to stop. We don't need to talk about any politics. We need to stop and talk about the fact that I can't keep up with the captions. John was at a furry convention confirmed. Is being a furry a sin? Yes. Yeah. I can't give you the Bible verse, but it is 100%.
Captioning also is slower to make it hard to keep up with what's going on.
Thank you, Delegate.
I have a hearing impairment and I'm struggling to hear the...
You have a hearing impairment?
Thank you, Delegate.
I have a hearing impairment and I'm struggling to hear the delegates, and I know that...
You have a hearing impairment. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. I'm calling Cap. I need the data.
You are too. Let's have some order.
Oh my God. There's a joke to be made about hearing impairment and, you know.
Don't do it. Don't do it. You're better than that. That's not very Christ-like.
We'll hear from the delegate on microphone 1, please.
I did want to bring attention to the fact that a fellow delegate is holding the gender parity cards.
Let's take the microphone to that delegate. We'll hear from them right now.
Thank you, Joe Sala. She, her.
My pronouns are she, her, elle, and en français. It's going to be really hard to follow Rob Ashton. Amazing speaker. We are a working class party. I think most of us in this room are behind that, and while we can debate on this.
Working class party. Unemployment doesn't...
You know, it's funny. When me and Abby were watching the elections, we saw all the NDP candidates, and not one of them wore a suit. They're all dressed in some like weird thing. And we're like, oh my God, why don't any of these guys dress up nice. Like you're trying to like a suit is to make you uniform, to separate your own individuality. That's the point of a suit, is to remove your individuality, right? So that you're uniform and you're in line with the job. And that's your job as a politician, is to remove your individuality and be a public servant. You're supposed to be a servant for the people. But we watch the NDP people, they all had crazy hair and weird earrings and all sorts of clothing. And listen, if that's what you want to do in your own personal life, that's fine. But I think if you sign up for the job as a politician, you should be uniform. That's the job, right? If I go into McDonald's, I expect to see a McDonald's uniform. That's the job, right? When I go to the gym and I go work at the gym, I have to put on a gi. And I'm not allowed to wear, listen, I've tried. I want to wear an orange gi because I want to look like Goku. My coach is like, no, you can't do it. We have to be uniform. White, blue, and black gis. That's it. And black gis. That's taboo in the jiu-jitsu world. You're not allowed, no. White and blue, that's the standard. We were allowed black gis. You wear uniforms for the jobs that you do. But when we saw everybody running NDP for this seat in this house, they look like this. And I'm like, no wonder you didn't get voted in and get your seats. I wouldn't vote for you.
And count as working class.
You can't even, well, Goku black, yeah, true. But yeah, no, Goku in his orange gi. Yeah, you can't uniform yourself enough to just look like a good public representative. How do I know you're going to represent my viewpoints well? Being a spokesperson for my community.
Specific words and who is and isn't included. I think our Constitution needs to recognize that. And I also recognize I'm sorry, I'm speaking way too fast. Let me slow down for the closed captioning. I'm so sorry, get excited.
It's typical TikTok debate right there.
It's a point of privilege. The closed captions for this convention are running between 6 and 10 seconds behind. So it's just a request for...
That's normal for closed captions. They need to hear what they're saying first before you can caption it. They're not psychics. They're not sitting there like freaking Madame Cleo, like, oh yeah, they're gonna say this. Type it in. You need a little bit of time to put the captions up there, Einstein. Come on.
The chairpersons to be...
Point of privilege. They're not psychic. They can't predict the future and put the captions up. Oh my goodness. How could they not put them up the moment that they say it? My goodness gracious. Point of privilege.
Aware, and when you move to a vote, I'm still reading the debate. So if we just take a little pause, that would be appreciated.
Okay.
Yes, bonjour, hi. My name is Parker Tian. I'm representing Vancouver Quadra. Just to reply my Franco comrades' prior point of privilege earlier, as you can see, I do.
We're at the point where we call them comrades now. I try not to call them communists, but they make it very hard.
Yeah, well, yeah. Well, a comrade. Yeah, yep.
One of the translating device. However, I'd like to raise this to the chair's concern that the sign out process for this device is not necessarily the best because it requires you to fill the form and give a...
Yeah, because you know how much that device costs? You got to fill out the form because we got to know how... Well, I'm talking like me. I used to do this. So we used to set this up. That little thing in his freaking hand is probably like $500. Yeah, you got to fill out a form, bro, to make sure you bring it back. So you don't take a $500 piece of gear that the conference doesn't own. Because they hired a company to come and set this up. And that company is what does the sign out process because that little device is expensive as hell. Expensive as hell, bro. Point of privilege, I have to fill out a form to take a $500 device? I wonder this too. I've often wondered this. Like people like this, they got jobs, they got cars, they got houses, they pay their taxes, they do all those things. I wonder how they do it because that shit's complicated, man. I wonder how they function on a day-to-day basis. Although we know that there's this thing happening where we live right now where the Canadian government is going at people for a ridiculous amount. I don't even know how much it was. A ridiculous amount of money in unpaid taxes. Like where we live right now, they're going at it like you guys are not paying your taxes. But yeah, bro. There's reasons you have to sign it out. That little thing, as cheap as it looks, is expensive as hell. Expensive as hell, man. And there's somebody right now sitting in a little box somewhere who's listening with another expensive device listening to what the speakers are saying and translating into the mic so you can hear it.
Piece of your ID, and most people don't even know where to get it, which is behind the registration table. And also, like, they don't have enough pens when we're there, so there was a very long line up. Also for the device itself, because it's using infrared.
Oh no, I'm slightly inconvenienced. I've slightly inconvenienced today, so it's a point of privilege, and we need to tell everybody and stop this convention and not talk about anything that actually represents our country about how I'm slightly inconvenienced. Just slightly. I had to sign a piece of paper and stand in a line. Oh my God, I just stood in a line and there wasn't enough pens and I had to sign a piece of paper. I had to sign a piece of paper. Ah!
Technology, you have to kind of like position it so it can receive the signal.
In his defense, I kind of like.
You have to position it so it receives the signal. Yeah, my goodness gracious. Like, oh, can we advance technology a little bit more so I don't have to position my device to receive the signal? So can we do that? Why haven't we advanced technology a little bit more? Maybe because you guys don't get anything done because all you do is sit there and complain.
This tie. If time they are. So people on Twitter will
3. Go ahead. There's a point of privilege on microphone 1, then we'll go to microphone 3. Go ahead, delegate.
Yes, hello. I was standing here with my gender equity card before you called on the previous speaker.
Oh my God. I was standing here with my gender equity card and you called somebody else before me? Recognize your privilege, they, them. For I'm a Z-zer, so I supersede you as a Z-zer. You are a they, them. I am a Z-zer. We need to recognize that I am more. What's the word I'm looking for? Anti-privileged than you. There's a word I've completely forgot what it was.
That's my point of privilege that I would like to raise.
I will explain this.
The microphone is right in her eye. Learn how to use a microphone.
Speaking order, which is fixed, that I cannot amend, which is the pro-con rotation. You can move yourself up a line that you're standing in.
I am pro, and I was...
We went...
oh my God, you're at the microphone. Just talk. Say the thing that you want to say. Oh my God, you let somebody else speak before me, so now let's spend another 10 minutes talking about how you let somebody else speak. You got the chance to talk. Talk.
You went pro, con,
we went pro, and my plan...
I'm going to go to one of these NDP conventions. I'm going to do it. And I'm going to walk up to the microphone. I'm going to like point of privilege. I just took a crap and the toilet paper was really thin. And so I kept ripping in my butt and I kept getting poo on my hands. And so this is a point of privilege. We should have had thicker toilet paper because this is really shitty. And I didn't get a chance to wash my hands because I wanted to show you. I'm going to show the like melted chocolate. I wanted to show you guys what happened.
Was to go con. The speaker at con mic 3 also has a speaking card.
Yesterday, this card was used in an inappropriate manner.
This is the first time I heard about these cards. And now they just got these cards. It's a thing that they've never had before, as far as I know. They've never had before. It's not part of any system. And they're treating it like it's a right. Like it's something that they intrinsically had since birth. These cards validate me as a person.
And while I understand in Ontario, we know this is equity, even if this...
Yeah, Ontario's cooked. If you ever move to Canada, don't go to Ontario. It's cooked. It is cooked.
Was also used inappropriately in terms of gender. I want everyone to be mindful that these cards for individuals like myself who identify as a Black woman have no...
You identify as a Black... Aren't you just a Black woman? You can identify as a Black woman? I now identify as a Black woman. If it's part of identity and identity is just a social construct, I thought that was the one thing that you couldn't identify as. You either are or you are not. So if you can identify as a Black woman, I now identify as a Black woman. I want my privilege. I'm gonna go to one of these. I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna go up and be like the toilet paper thing. But when I say, hey, just real quick, I identify as a Black woman, and they're gonna go, oh my God, no, you don't. I'm like, yes, I do. Stop trying to tell me what I am. And I'm gonna talk about how I got shit on my hands. Why didn't you put your pronouns as ZZ? You could have jumped the line and gotten better healthcare. Are you dumb? You're not wrong. You're not wrong. I should have done that. Luckily, where I am, that's not really a big thing. Thank God. We're a little old school where I live.
Value outside of this space.
Amen.
Point of asking information
Is a moving, inspiring speech.
or see more pronouns he, him. Point of information.
What information do you seek, delegate?
It puts the lotion on its skin, or else it gets the hose again. It puts the lotion on its skin, or else it gets the hose again. You know what's crazy? There is no chance the Silence of the Lambs will come out today. There's no chance. The whole story, for spoiler alert, if you haven't seen Silence of the Lambs, the whole point of it, the main killer in Silence of the Lambs kidnaps women to make their skin smooth, and then he unalives them so that way he could take their skin off and put it over his body and become a woman. That was the premise of Silence of the Lambs, was a man who wanted to be a woman. That was the villain. Would not fly today.
Can I ask an election about, or can I ask a question about executive elections to the chair?
As I understand it, what more election results we have are going to be announced at the end of the day.
I have a point of information for the elections committee.
What are these guys? Do you guys ever play Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic? For those who are old like me and played Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, the first one, it's like HK47. Query, point of information, point of personal privilege. You know, every time he spoke, he always emphasized with with the tonality, because he didn't have any tone. So he's always told his tonality. It was like, frustration. Why do you say this to me?
The Elections Committee has gone to do balloting and they're not available to answer your questions.
Thank you, Chair.
Sorry.
They're doing a remake of it.
Sorry. Microphone 4, are you on a point?
Point of order, Robert Alley, he, they. My understanding
What the heck is a he, they?
as an equity-seeking delegate is that these cards are to help the chair hear equity-seeking persons, and that we don't only hear from white male delegates.
He wrote this down. They wrote this down. Look at it.
My understanding as an equity-seeking delegate is that these cards are to help the chair hear equity-seeking persons, and that we don't only hear from white male delegates. Now, this is my first convention, but so I could be wrong, but the reason for my concern is that yesterday during the housing resolution, after a white man spoke, someone at this mic waved their equity card only to give their speaking spot to a white man.
You know what I just heard there? I just heard that my voice is less important. That's what I just heard. That's what you just said. My voice is less important. As a white man, even if I'm first in line, my voice is less important, because whoever identifies as whatever should be able to speak first, because they don't have the power. We white men have the power, so therefore our voice has already been heard. We don't need to hear any more of that. Don't need to hear any more of that. How about we just treat everybody as an individual? Who cares? Right? I don't care. Like if you come up and you identify as a freaking whatever, I don't care. Freaking dolphin. You should have just as much right as everybody else to speak at your turn. Just like everybody else. You don't give privilege to certain people. Like, here's the thing, and all I have to do to circumvent that, is given to a white man. I'll just identify as a woman. Therefore, problem solved. Throw on a wig, shave my beard, identify as a woman, I get front of the line. And you can't tell me I'm wrong.
Now, that white man being a leadership delegate notwithstanding, I had lined up for a long time to discuss the housing resolution, like many others, including my fellow...
Then talk about the housing resolution. Oh my God, somebody else spoke before me, and that's more important than the housing resolution.
Delegate Akua. I just want us as a body to understand the spirit of these cards, because we are a party governed by processes and not by any sort of shock doctrine.
Sorry, he woke me up at the end there. Shock doctrine. Oh my God. Wavelengths level of energy. I don't even pull back like 50. So I like this Canada. Don't leave this. Destroy the end wrong. Anyway.
39,000
and wealth tax on the richest Canadians.
39,734 votes. 39,734 votes.
39,734 votes.
Of Canada's NDP, le nouveau chef du NPD, Avi Lewis.
The new leader of the NDP, Avi Lewis.
Now let's listen to what Avi Lewis had to say on his debut speech as Canada's new far-left political party leader.
Mr. is very popular at the moment. He's a smart guy, and most Canadians still want to give him the benefit of the doubt. That's fair. But I think when you connect the dots, his moves do not add up to...
See, this is what I'm saying. Look at everybody, this is what you got when we got our pictures. We got this guy. Look at him. Look at him. He's got that look on his face right now. He's like, I'm so fabulous. I'm so freaking fabulous right now. Look at how fabulous I am. Everybody needs to know I'm fabulous. My goodness gracious. My goodness gracious. I'm so fabulous. This is what you got to see.
The vision that Canadians truly want and deserve in this perilous moment. $500 billion in a decade for weapons to make Canada a major arms exporter in a war-torn world. Slashing our cherished public services.
I hate to break it to you. Like, listen, I'd rather live in a world without weapons too. That's my preference. But the guys with the guns make the calls. Or the pew-pews, I should say. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that on TikTok. The guys with the biggest stick get to make the calls, right? If you and I are in a room together and you got a pew-pew and I don't, you got the power and I don't. That's just the reality of the world. I am anti-gun. I do not like guns. I really don't like guns because guns have one purpose. It's to unalive someone. So if you have a gun, it's to unalive someone. That's the purpose of it. But the reality of the world is if you have a pew-pew and I do not have a pew-pew, you have the power. I do not have the power. So it means if you want to tell me what to do, there's nothing I can do about it. Not a damn thing. Not a damn thing. So as much as I want to be like, hey, yeah, let's not contribute to the unaliving. Of course, hunting, but I'm talking about like this kind of pew-pew, right? Not this kind of pew-pew. What was I saying? I completely forgot what my line of thought. Yeah, I'm all for peace. We should make as much peace as possible. But unfortunately, there are evil people in the world, and there's always going to be evil people in the world. And you're not going to just be able to convince them that they shouldn't be evil, right? I used this in a debate a long time ago. What do you do if you got like a whole bunch of people with pew-pews who've taken a bunch of children hostage and they're going to execute them in 20 minutes? They're just going to do it. What are you going to do? You're going to talk to them? No, you're going to pew-pew them. Right? That's the only option.
Sweeping aside Indigenous rights. Full steam ahead, no regulations on AI. And pipelines.
Wait, what?
Full steam ahead, no regulations on AI.
Says pardon?
Keeping aside Indigenous rights. Full steam ahead, no regulations on AI. And pipelines. In the last federal election, Canadians voted to say no to Trump and Trumpism. What they're getting instead is our government following the U.S. into a future of wars, fossil fuels, austerity, and job-killing generative AI.
Listen, I don't like AI either. I've honestly gotten so sick of AI that anytime I see AI, I scroll on. But it's the way of the future. It's the way of the future, man. It's happening, whether you like it or not. You can't stop it. Anytime anybody's ever stood in front of technological progression, convenience always wins. Always wins. As much as your rights, like I don't want them taking my job. Do you really think the CEO of McDonald's gives a rat's ass about your personal endeavor? If they can get an AI system that takes an order better than Susie, who just got out of high school, they're going to put the AI system in. Like like where were you guys fighting for this when they put in self-checkout? How many jobs did self-checkout take away from people? Now you got one person running 20 tills. Instead of being like, they're taking our jobs, why don't you incentivize people to be part of the progression? Right? So, okay, they can't work at McDonald's anymore taking orders. Let's make colleges cheaper. Let's put a regulation on costs of schooling. So that way they can go to school, they can get a degree in coding, and then they can go make the systems. Because somebody's going to have to maintain these systems and operate them. I'm for it. If we can build robots that do all the mundane things and all these small things, and then we could put people in other positions where they have to maintain bigger things and get more purpose, than freaking getting yelled at by Billy Joe over there because your coffee wasn't hot enough. Let's do it. Let's do it. No, that's something I don't want to see. I don't want no AI doctor operating on me. No. Ain't no clinker operating on me. My daughter ain't dating no clinker. But you can't stop it. As much as I don't like AI, and I really wish we could just get rid of it. But like, listen, man, I got what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 16, 17, 18, 19. I got 20 AI songs on my thing right now. Which is great because, hey, I can't hire somebody to make 20 songs for me that's going to fit this exact standard I want. And I can't just pick random songs out because then I get taken down for copyright use. So I got a little system here where I can make little funny songs that are great and it's good for my channel, good for my show. But if I'm getting in my car and I'm listening to my music, I ain't listening to AI music. I ain't doing that. There'll always be a place. Here's the thing. If you go watch a chess game, and I know a lot of people don't watch chess, but a lot of people do. If you go watch a chess game, you're not going to watch two of the best computers in the world go at it. That's not impressive. No one cares. Computers have been beating people in chess forever. But we still have people playing chess for careers. That's still a thing that exists because it's more entertaining to watch a human overcome and accomplish things. It's more entertaining. It's always going to be like, no one's ever going to watch. Well, you might watch some of it, but like, I'd rather watch UFC with humans than UFC with robots. I probably watch both, to be honest. If I'm going to be truthful here, going to be truthful. But yeah, it's the way of the future. You can't regulate it out as much as you want to. People are going to do what they're going to do. You can't stop it.
Our NDP has a different offer for this country. Our plan is to Trump-proof the economy by investing massively in Canadian.
Trump-proof the economy.
Oh, what was he going to invest in?
Good line. Shame.
Using economic independence, using the unmatched power of public ownership to ensure the fundamental.
That's communism. That's a communism. That he just did a communism. Public ownership, communism. Just did it. He just did it. He just did it. Everybody gets a piece of the pie, but only a few people bake it. That's a communism.
Of a good life. A network of public providers for food, phones, and internet.
But who's going to do it? Who's going to be these public providers? Food, phone, and internet. Just given to you for free. Who's going to do it? Who's going to do the work?
A public housing developer and public construction companies to build millions of non-market homes. A 21st century electrical grid, an EV bus revolution, and a heat pump in every home.
I'm actually down for the electric vehicles and the heat pumps. Well, I'm good with it.
Canadian steel, creating tens of thousands of unionized jobs.
I have both. I have an electric, well, I have a hybrid, and then I also have a heat pump. Heat pumps are great.
I've always wondered what it was like to see the Soviet Union rise, the rise of communism. But oops, and don't worry, don't push you to review anymore.
My taxes is going to pay for it. I pay so much in taxes, my God. I was driving down a brand new road today. Brand new. It literally just opened. Like a month ago. Brand new road. It's awesome. Gets me to where I need to go quicker. But I'm driving down it. I'm like, this is a brand new road. What am I paying taxes for? Brand new. We pay so much in taxes in Canada. We got garbage roads. We got garbage healthcare. One benefit though is we finally got a little bit of dental, and I got some dental work on the cheap, but I still had to pay out of pocket for quite a bit of it. I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on.
They own you. And I mean, I can't think shame. By the way, no flags. Alberta's leader of the NDP party, Naheed Nenshi, who ex-leader for
You got more?
is now the I
think that's it.
Was for more now. Hilarious stunt one. This was obviously directed at our southern neighbors.
You'll put 80% of your income so the Zer can have their free assisted death. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. All right, so this was day one. We're just going to find things.
J'ai hâte de ressentir et d'échanger cette énergie fort pour
It matters. And in return, we extend an invitation of our own mutual respect, real space to words, trust, and to begin meaningful nation-to-nation relationships. Reconciliation has to be more than just a concept.
You know, it's something that always bothered me. I'm all for First Nations. Do your thing. But when I used to do audio and we used to do conferences, every single conference we ran, didn't matter what the conference was about. There was a conference I ran about, I'm not even joking. There's a conference that we did about whether or not people should be on Facebook while they're at work, whether that should be allowed. Insane amount of money to spend a whole bunch of people to sit there and talk about whether or not people should be allowed Facebook while they're at work. Crazy. Every one of these conferences always started with an Indigenous prayer. Indigenous people would come in, they would do their prayer, they would do their incense. Every single time, every one of the conferences I did. Why the hell? Where was our Christian prayer? Now, I wasn't a Christian at the time. I probably would have been annoyed by that too. But I'm like, why not the Christian prayer? Why do I gotta every single time? Why it's just your Indigenous prayer every single time.
It must be acted on, and it must include us, and it must create real space for our voices. As Murray Sinclair once said, reconciliation is about establishing a relationship based on mutual respect.
What, did she bring him a chicken? He brought him a rotisserie. She brought him a rotisserie chicken. There's got to be some sort of joke there. I don't know.
Merci beaucoup, Jolene. Une autre fois pour Jolene Delacruz, députée, ministre du Manitoba. Je suis très fier de vous.
Goddamn French. You know, it's funny. In Canada, like, we have one province that's primarily French speaking. Just one. Just one. Everywhere I go, my whole life living in Canada, everybody I ran into can speak English, does English. But for some reason, everything, like major event or a thing is like French. It's always French.
We said, this is who we are as a province. No matter who you are, no matter what your background is, somebody in your family tree
which is fine. No, something about like a lot of the kids nowadays, a lot of the kids coming out of school, they speak both, and that's okay.
Suffered persecution. And wouldn't you want somebody to stand up at that time to do the right thing? So we today, in this important historic moment, have to stand up and be that voice of
here's our person.
Carried. We've passed our... Thank you. Down. Opposed? It is carried. We've passed our first bit of business. And now seek a motion to adopt the agenda, which is in your package. Is there a mover and a seconder, please? It's moved and seconded. There's a point of privilege on microphone 2. Friends who are new to a convention, a point of privilege means you personally are struggling to participate in the meeting. Please go ahead.
What? How? Wait. All the things that we just listened to, their struggles was I'm a Zer. That's my point of privilege. How does it struggle? How does it make you struggle to participate in a meeting being a Zer? How does that work?
Head delegate.
Hi, Virginia Burton, she, her, Burlington, and the coordinator of the Ontario Disability Committee. I am talking with regards to the agenda item for the Disability Committee. It's at 7:15 on Saturday night. I don't think that is the right thing to do. Most people with disabilities cannot last that long in the day. Going to the evening, and I know
all of it is complaining. All of it. None of it actually addresses real life and real world problems. All of it is just complaining. Oh my goodness gracious. We're having a convention that is late. 7 o'clock. It's at 7 o'clock. It's too late. We can't make it that late because we got disabilities. Can't make it that late. What does your disability do that makes it so that you can make it at noon, but you can't make it at 7? What in your disability makes your life change? Like either you're disabled or you're not. It doesn't change the matter of the time of the day. You're not disabled at 7 o'clock and not disabled at noon. What is going on here? Like every time they come up, just so you know, I wanted to talk about the housing crisis, but I couldn't talk about the housing crisis because a white man spoke before me. So even though right now I'm here and able to talk about the housing crisis, and I could talk about the housing crisis, I'm actually going to use my time to talk about the fact that I couldn't talk about the housing crisis because some white guy actually talked about me before.
personally myself in my service dog pockets. She will wear out, I will wear out, and my focus isn't there. That's me personally. I've managed to speak to quite a few people here with disabilities.
Get up a little later.
Same issue. I just don't believe that it's too late at night.
I hear you, Delegate. Thank you. That time was selected at the request of your Disabilities Caucus co-chair. But I appreciate that nobody would like to have an early morning or an evening caucus.
You're not wrong, bro. Freaking, I can't make it at 7 because my service dog Pocket gets tired. I can't make it to the event because at 7 o'clock my service dog Pocket gets tired. Bro, come on. Just have a little bit of gumption in your life. Have a little bit of I'm overcoming. Just have a little bit of like, I'm going to be a little bit better even though I got to struggle. Right? We all got struggles. We all got issues, man. You still got a life and a responsibility. Oh, there's this convention. It's going to be, I'm going to go. I'm going to be a little bit tired. I'm going to be a little bit tired, but I'll get through it. Do it tired. But my service dog Pocket gets a little, gets tired, bro. These people, man, they couldn't do, I hope we never go to war. We're screwed. Like, here's the thing, man. As much as like, you know, everybody knows I'm not for the Islamic way, but they're not crying about their service dog Pocket. If we go to war with the Middle East, man, they're going to just run through us. Oh, let's take it. We're going to start with the Zer over there. We're going to take them out. And then we're going to take out the they, thems over there. And then we're going to take out the identifying people who are paraplegic, but not actually paraplegic, but they identify as paraplegic over there. We're going to wipe them all out. Let them scream about their privilege as they try to fight back. service dog Pocket's gonna get tired, in battle. You guys have never struggled, man. That's the thing. These people who struggle haven't actually struggled. Because they have a struggle, and then everybody came and gave them a little hug and a pat on the back and said, I see your struggle. I see you going through hardships in life. Let's just move you through. We're going to give you things to compensate for your struggle so you don't actually have to grow and overcome it. Bro, I've met people in the jiu-jitsu world. I've met 2 people who don't have use of their legs, and they still do combat sports. I saw somebody in combat sports have no legs and compete at the highest level. Yes. Are they going to be as good as the people with legs? No, absolutely not. They're never going to reach that level. But my goodness gracious, just the victim mentality of this world all the time. All the time. Oh, I struggle. I struggle with being slightly tired in the morning. So therefore I should be allowed to come into work late.
Any kind. We'd prefer to be here and debate the Constitution. Is there further debate on the agenda? Can I have some lights on the microphones, please? I see a delegate at microphone 4.
Hello. Ezra Bloom, Burnaby North, Seymour. Before we move to adopt the agenda, I would like to ask a point of information or parliamentary inquiry through the chair.
What information do you seek, delegate?
I seek an answer to the question, are there any contractual or logistical barriers that would prohibit this assembly from extending floor time either by meeting early or adjourning later at this convention?
I have been advised that sitting longer than we have planned, particularly...
How is it that the anti-Nazi people, schmotzi, how is it the anti-schmotzi people all sound like schmotzis? I have been advised. Speak to me, Chairman, delegate.
Particularly into the night, could trigger overtime obligations for the unionized staff in this facility, and that expense could become ruinous.
Perfect. I have a second point of information.
What information do you seek?
I have a second point of information. What information do you seek, delegate? Like, tell me that doesn't sound like schmotzy soldiers talking to each other. Tell me it doesn't. Point of information, please. They all speak like HK-47. They all do.
Is the plan to read for the resolution sections? Is the plan to read the whereas clauses in addition to the therefores?
Whereases are not debatable. We will not read them. We'll read the resolve section of the resolution and project it on the wall for you in both languages. It's also available in your kit. I would also like to stampede through the resolutions.
Perfect. I have a motion on balance to 60 minutes rather than decision making work.
That any item that finishes earlier have its time today.
The first item was just and there's any waiting.
John, if I was ever in a formal meeting, you'd understand. I did this for years. I was the guy who set up all the audio equipment and ran it at these specific conventions, including on the odd time for the NDP party. There was a time during the elections years ago where I ran the audio for all the parties. I had to drive from each individual one and check the audio equipment on a circle for the community I was in. They did not talk like this. They did not do it. They talk like regular damn human beings.
Time, like, for example, for the balloting committee that we used for resolutions.
Running the party is not actually being part of the proceedings, you goddamn idiot. I was there and witnessed all the proceedings. They didn't talk like this. But I would understand if I was actually there, right?
Do we understand the motion? Okay. There is an opportunity to debate the motion. I see. delegate on microphone 2. I will also advise the House that we are already...
Brenta, did you not listen? Pay attention. Scroll back and read again. You must be part of the NDP party. All of them. Literally all of them. Because there was only one, there's 3 audio companies where I worked. I worked for 2 of them. At the time when I did this, I worked for the main one. They would all hire us because they all needed audio. It was a small community, but still.
Significantly behind. Delegate on microphone 2.
What the hell? What just happened? Oh my God. All right, hold up.
Jack Collins, pronouns they, them, theirs, Federal Counsel for British Columbia. While I thank the delegate for the motion and for the thought that obviously went into the motion, I find of the issues I have with it the most...
Well, wait, so you're not part of it, you were a hireling. Are you clinically retarded, or do you just practice it, or you just identify as retarded? Which one? Being there means I observed how it worked for years. Einstein.
Pressing being the reduction of time for lunch, as this is an accessibility concern. We have many people for whom accessing biological needs is...
Yes, as a laborer. How does that change anything I said? What do you identify as, Brenta? What do you identify as? I'm just curious. What are your pronouns? Just curious. I would love to know your pronouns so I can properly address you.
Less quick. And so I would greatly counsel our members and delegates not to vote in favor of this motion. And I thank you for your time.
Wait, what?
And so I would greatly counsel have many people for the concern. We have many people for whom accessing biological needs is less quick. And so I would greatly counsel our members and delegates not to vote in favor of this motion. And I thank you for your time.
Wait, is he art? Whatever. I need to go back because there's no way that this person is saying what I think they're saying.
Significantly behind. Delegate on microphone 2.
Jack Collins, pronouns they, them, theirs, Federal Counsel for British Columbia. While I thank the delegate for the motion and for the thought that obviously went into the motion, I find of the issues I have with it the most pressing being the reduction of time for lunch, as this is an accessibility concern. We have many people for whom access...
He actually is. He's actually suggesting that they vote against a motion specifically so he has more potty time. That's the importance here. That's the importance here at this convention, ladies and gentlemen. That's what we need to talk about, guys. Hey, let's talk about how we shouldn't vote on things because I need more time to take a shit. This is not real life. There's no way.
Accessing biological needs is less quick.
Bring back bullying. Bring back bullying and meeting my goodness gracious. You know how many times I had my ass kicked in high school? You know why I got my ass kicked in high school? It's because I was a little weirdo. I was a very weird kid. And you know what people did? Bullied me and beat the crap out of me. God bless them. At the time, I can remember crying my eyes out as a kid, being like, why do they bully me so much and pick on me? God bless them. Thank you, Lord, for doing that. Because if you guys didn't do that, God knows what I would have became now. My goodness gracious.
And so I would greatly counsel our members and delegates not to vote in favor of this motion. And I thank you for your time.
Delegate on microphone 1, please.
Paul Sear, Kitchener-Conestoga. I don't believe this motion is in order because the last part that wants to direct council to do something in the future is kind of a roundabout way of sneaking an internal affairs resolution into a motion on the agenda.
Quite right, Delegate. What would you like me to do about that? Rule the last provision out of
Is this sponsored by Reddit?
order about advice to the council and direct the delegate to raise those issues at federal council?
Yes, please.
I so rule. The amendment before you is to use any found time for resolutions, to extend the Saturday lunch from 60 to 90 minutes, and to rename the referral section Saturday and Sunday to unfinished business. Is that still keeping in the spirit of your amendment, Delegate? Excellent, thumbs up. That was a point of order at microphone 1, which is an opportunity to draw the chair's attention to an error that we have made with your thanks. I will continue debate on the amendment motion to the agenda, starting with microphone 1.
Hi, I have a further amendment to the...
Granted, the amendments that they're talking about. Listen, if I'm going to be charitable here, what they are talking about is it seems that there's a section of time allotted out to talk about what they should talk about. So in all fairness, that is the subject. It just seems really weird. I just couldn't imagine getting up to a microphone and being like, hey, people need more time to take a shit. I just couldn't imagine doing that.
Proposal, and that is I want to move an amendment that we just strike the lunch portion. Don't take away people's food. It's an accessibility issue, as the con person already said. There's 1,000 of us.
Dog, if they canceled the lunch program, buy a sandwich.
Here, and we need to go.
Eat your sandwich. Sit in your chair and eat your damn sandwich. Like, my goodness gracious.
Out into the world and find food and bring it back. So if you're willing to drop that, it's something that I do support in theory, but I think with those two amendments, it's something that I'd be able to
Also, when I did audio, I hated people who did this. Talk to the damn microphone.
wholeheartedly support.
This is an amendment to the amendment, which requires a seconder. It is seconded. I am going to exercise my authority as your chair and call a vote on the amendment to the amendment about removing discussion of an extended lunchtime, which will mean the resolution before you.
You know, this taxpayer money went to this. The allotted time that they have to talk about their allotted time, taxpayer money paid for that. Yep, they didn't pay for it. Taxpayer money is paying for this. Government money, which means that everybody who was hired to help do this event also charged top dollar because they knew it was taxpayer money and they knew they would get every penny because no one double checks the price. I know it because we did it.
Will be to use found time for resolutions and to use the referral block on Saturday and Sunday for unfinished business. The section about shortening lunch will come out if you vote yes now. We're not deciding whether we're making that change to the agenda, but we're changing the proposal so it is no longer about lunch. C'est compris? Those in favor of not talking about changing the lunch break, please show. Thank you. Down. Opposed? It carries, and that means the resolution doesn't include a provision about lunch, but it says found time will be used for resolutions, and referrals on Saturday and Sunday will be renamed unfinished business. Unless you're on a point. Ooh, a point on micro.
Like, remember too, like, there's a whole video team too recording this. There's a guy behind this camera right now working it and operating it. And he's charging out probably $120 an hour.
Microphone 2, and then we'll go to microphone 3.
Hi there, Adam Schmidt representing BCYND. My point of order is that I'm pretty sure the delegate mentioned.
I opened your stream and got 3 ads. More super chats, less ads. If I make enough through super chats, I'll turn ads off. Until then, I got to keep the ads going. I got bills to pay, everybody. Bills to pay.
Toss a coin to
and I don't get to choose them. I just turn them on or turn them off.
Big John needs to pay his bills.
I don't like ads either.
toss a coin to your grifter. Big John needs to pay his bill.
We all hate ads. I hate having to watch ads. You hate having to watch ads.
He was forced to engage with the brain cell dead. He sat down to fight every drooling dunce who peak evolved apparently just the once. They came after him with their toddler takes, the kind of argument a concussion makes.
But the ad revenue keeps the channel going.
On their keys, he held out his hand. You owe me for these. Toss a coin to your grifter. Big John needs to pay his bills. Big John needs to pay his bills. Oh, toss a coin to your grifter.
You could also just use the Brave browser, by the way. It removes all the ads.
As part of their motion, that all time spent waiting for the ballot committee to come back would be used to talk about resolutions.
Yes, let's include that when I said found time.
Oh, sorry. Thank you.
Delegate on microphone 3.
Christy Sloanwade, I'm with the IAM Union, and I would encourage us to keep the agenda as written.
I'm gonna be a naughty boy today. I'm gonna do something bad. I'm gonna play the song for you guys, and then I'm gonna go get a third cup of coffee. I don't normally do that.
Talking points, not truth. Same entire script from the Dower booth. Cut my answer down to 7 seconds flat. Posted the clip and said you won like that.
Just ask the juice. Everybody keeps telling me I get paid my $7,000 from them, so.
There are family obligations and childcare that people have for this, and it's important that everyone can attend, and so I encourage to keep it the way that it's written.
All right, let's see. I don't want to hear them talk about time anymore. Let's see. Any more of this lady? Because she's the one who addresses the crowd. And I want to see what the crowd is doing.
Que nos membres, les travailleurs syndiqués, la classe et la santé.
Bienvenue encore. We have dealt with the Constitution.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Been enjoying your streams during the last couple of weeks. Here's a coin for the grift. I appreciate you. Keeps us going, keeps us rolling. Also, we got to do some super chats. Aren't the straights keeping humanity going? True, true, true. She said assistance. We answered that question. Yeah. I wonder if the time we live in is better or already worse than the time in Noah. It's hard to say, man. How many cheeseburgers per bald eagle is that? About 7. Yeah. Is this Saturday Night Live sketch? It isn't. Never go full liberal. This is full NDP. The Liberal Party hasn't even gone this far, man.
And party affairs. Now we're moving into our first policy block of resolutions as it relates to the NDP's policy book. We are in section 4, redefining Canada's place in the world, beginning on page 111. Before we start, I would like to introduce Angela McEwen and Armand Singh, who will be our readers for this section. The resolution you are debating will be displayed
We
on
can
the
rate
screen.
after. Yeah, we can rate
I
them.
will remind you again about the merits of the yellow card. Si vous avez une identité sexuelle qui n'est pas homme, vous pouvez utiliser cette carte ici pour prioritaire au micro. I think we're ready. Committee, do you feel ready? Let's go. I am calling Resolution 417.
Le titre de cette bloc de résolution, c'est failles de combler les lacunes dans les lois canadiennes.
Be it resolved that the New Democrats call the government to close loopholes in Canada's arms exports, laws that allow Canadian-made weapons and components to end up in the hands of governments accused of war crimes and human rights abusers. Be it resolved that the New Democrats work to minimize any impact the change might have on Canadian workers. I'm actually for that. That's a good policy. Let's not put weapons in the hands of people who commit war crimes. I'm okay with that.
Canadienne sur les exportations d'armes qui permettent aux armes accusés de travailler.
Personne déléguée au micro 4.
Bonjour tout le monde, je m'appelle Avi Lewis. Mes pronoms sont he, him, il. And I am from the great riding of Vancouver-Granville. I rise in support of this motion in the spirit of our great MP, Jenny Kwan, who has brought private members' legislation on this same topic. I'm thinking the words of our great premier here in Manitoba, Wab Kinew, are still ringing in this hall. The NDP must be a force for moral clarity in Canada and make Canada a moral voice on the world stage. And that's what this resolution does. Our government has lied.
What do you think about Alberta seceding? I'm not for anybody leaving and abandoning their country. I think that you should strive to make it better. Right? Fight against the things that you think are atrocities. Don't try to run away from it and allow people to live in it. I don't think that's what Christ called us to do. Christ didn't call us to run into the woods and hide from the world. He said, be the light in the world, to be the difference. Right? So if Alberta thinks that they're better, I don't think that they should run from Canada. I think that they should use their means, because they're great power in Canada. They hold all the oil reserve. They hold the money. So I think that they should use their means to try to change Canada for the better. And I think that's what we should do as a people, is not run away from the scary thing, is to face it head on.
Time and time again about selling arms and arms washing through the United States to go to states like Israel, which is still at this very moment committing genocide in Gaza. And New Democrats say that must stop. We have a plan from our Prime Minister, a new defense industrial strategy that promises to spend $500 billion in the next decade on weapons and war. We understand that Canadians are afraid. Everyone in this world is afraid. We understand that we need a modern military which is well equipped. We do not want to be a major source of arms on this planet. We have other uses for that money. And we need an independent foreign policy which is independent from that of Donald Trump.
The entire reason Mark Carney was voted in is because he opposes Donald Trump. That's literally the whole reason he got his position. If it wasn't for Donald Trump, we would have had a Pierre Poilievre. My God, the fact that we didn't get Pierre Poilievre, and I don't get how anybody dislikes that man. He had an interview on Joe Rogan, and I saw a whole bunch of people try. Anybody who actually listened to that interview would just see how wonderful man that is. How wonderful of a man that is. That man deserves to run the world, in my opinion. He's just a great guy. I would love to hang out with him.
This resolution speaks to the heart of who we are as Canadians and what kind of future we want to build as New Democrats. If there are vast resources available in this country, let's put them to healthcare. Let's put them to a Green New Deal. Let's get off oil and gas and build renewable energy. Let's have all of the social services that we need. We do not need to be selling arms on the world stage, and we do not need them to go to regimes that are violating human rights.
Imagine letting America choose. That's literally what happened. Listen, Canada is stupid. The entire country is so dumb. You guys, you're going to get me hyped up here. Canadians see American politics and we just assume that it's us. We just assume. You guys had a No Kings protest, and then Canadians went out and had a No Kings protest. My freaking goodness, we have a king. We literally have a king right now. What do you mean No Kings protest? We have one. Stupid idiots these people are. Oh my God, we don't like what Donald Trump is doing, so vote for the guy who says he's going to stand against Donald Trump. What? They're so stupid. They just see TikTok clips and they assume that's it. That's the world we live in, is TikTok clips. TikTok runs the damn world, and people just make shit up on there all the time.
Rights, violating international law, and committing war crimes.
You can elect kings? No. That's the thing. I didn't elect the king.
And crimes against humanity. Please support this resolution. Thank you.
Thoughts on the theocracy? I am a Christian nationalist, but I have certain stipulations on that. I don't think that we should force people to attend service and participate in the Eucharist and do things like this. I don't think that. But I think that obviously that we should have Christian run world where Christian legislation is put into place, so like anti-abortion laws, right, marriage laws, things like this. I would prefer that world, yeah.
Bonjour tout le monde, je suis Barbara Walden de la Colombie. I'm with the EDA Burnaby North Seymour. Happy to be here with all my fellow delegates. So I am also with the Socialist Caucus, and I will...
Socialist.
Will be putting my name in to be council representative, BC regional representative later. So, of course, we don't like the arms loophole. We want to oppose the arms loophole. But why was this whole thing proposed in the parliament and elsewhere? In the first place, it was to stop the genocide, to stop the Israeli Zionist U.S. aggression that Canada...
Aren't they both doing like war crimes? Isn't like both sides just terrible? Like, I don't know anything about the war and I'm so scared to study it. I'm so scared to study it because there's just so much information. So I won't even know where to start. And there's so much propaganda. I have no clue where to look. But from what I've seen, I see both sides doing terrible things because they're at war with each other. Like, my goodness gracious, can't we just say, hey, stop unaliving each other? Why do we got to pick a side? Like, that's me personally. Like, I'm going to fight for these. Like, don't kill each other. Maybe that's just, maybe we advocate that both sides stop unaliving each other. And I just don't get it too. Like, listen, man, I'm going to be honest. This is just, again, this is me personally. I can't talk for everybody in the world, but like, if all of a sudden where I live broke out into like this internal conflict where they're like, I would just leave, I'll go somewhere else. Like it's not that important to me. Like a piece of land, I'd just be gone. I just go somewhere else. Like, I'm not gonna, I don't understand this world we live in.
Somewhat supports or is not that strong about opposing. And so we think there should be a more comprehensive resolution, something like this. NDP demand the termination of Canada's role as an accomplice of Palestinian genocide and insist on the immediate implementation of the following measures. Comprehensive two-way arms embargo on Israel.
What about Palestine? How about just don't give either one of them weapons? Maybe we don't get involved in wars that don't involve us. Maybe that's just what we do. Like, maybe we should stop giving money to anybody. God, what do we give? Like, what did we give? Some ridiculous amount of money, like $1 trillion freaking dollars to, oh my God, I'm forgetting what it's called right now. The people Russia are at war with. Who are they called again? What the heck was their name? Why am I drawing a blank? Ukraine, thank you. Yeah. We just gave a whole bunch of money to them. Like, maybe we just stay out of it. Doesn't involve us. Like, it's not our business.
Domestic legal accountability and enforcement of economic mechanisms against Zionist and Western colonial settler occupation.
What does Canada do better than the USA? Maple syrup.
International diplomatic and legal measures to condemn and isolate Israel, USA for crimes against humanity. Material support for Palestinian liberation, including the right to armed resistance, self-determination, liberation, and the return of refugees from the river to the sea. Long live the struggle of the Palestinian people.
Okay, yeah, that's why. That's why she's pro-Palestine.
Microphone one.
Do these people know? Like, here's the thing. Here's the thing that drives me. These guys are pro-Palestine. Whatever. But that's a Muslim country. Do they not realize that given the choice, they would all be unalived by the Palestinians? If the Palestinians had the power, they would wipe you all out. All you, thee, them, zazers. Do you guys not get that? Do you not understand that they would throw you off rooftops for the sins that you committed against Allah? Do you guys, like, you're have you read their holy book? A lot of it's on my floor right now. I don't know. Like, listen, man. The Talmud's got some crazy shit in there too. Like the Jewish side is also pretty messed up. I've read some things in the Talmud that are messed up too, and I should actually read that thing front to back as well. But my goodness gracious, you guys, we need to support them. They don't support you. They're not on your side, bro. They would shoot you out of a cannon. They would have competitions where they have one, you in a cannon over in this one, your friend in a cannon on this one, and they would try to shoot you in the air and hit you together just to see how far they can get your guts. Like, I just don't get, like, everything that this party, the NDP party, stands for, Palestine doesn't stand for. They're complete opposites. I am Islamophobic, 100%.
Thank you very much, Chair. My name is Jenny Kwan. I'm the Member of Parliament for Vancouver East.
And I stand here before you as a proud New Democrat. And I want to thank the community in standing forward and coming forward to say that Canada must not be complicit in its arms export, in crimes against humanity, in crimes against people across the world. What's going on in Gaza, what's going on in Sudan, what's going on in Saudi Arabia. Canada must not have our arms and weaponry be folded in raining down destruction on civilians.
There might be too much coffee. I'm starting to get a little coffee going on. I'll just put that on the side for now.
House of Commons, my private member's bill, Bill C-233. And there was so much effort across the communities from coast to coast to coast urging the government to support the bill. Sadly, the Liberals voted against it. But one thing I want to say, that there were 15 Liberal members who voted for the bill and another 14 that abstained. It is the first time in the House of Commons where they broke ranks with Carney. And I got to tell lives, this is what this New Democrat dollars allocated for defense.
What else we got?
Hi there. My name's Adam Schmidt, and I'm a delegate for the BC YND. As someone who grew up in Germany and has a German citizenship, I must say I speak in support of this resolution. Although the EU may not be perfect and is currently
Why is this person literally everywhere?
on a couple of things. And
Like this person just shows up like behind everybody. That was not a good spot for them. You kind of look like Satan looking over your shoulder there. Like, yes, tell them the things. Tell them the things I want you to tell them. Do it.
Is moving to the right. In the face of an unstable and frankly crazy U.S. quote-unquote ally, we need to diversify our trade and our allies. And this doesn't have to do with just trade. It has to do with minor things such as regulation. Too long have we aligned ourselves with the U.S. at the detriment of our health, safety, and financial competitiveness. As an
Snap clapping is stupid.
example, Canada is one of the two countries in the world which has different elevator regulations. And this leads to an oligopoly where only the biggest free elevator companies actually certify their elevator to operate here. So we end up with more expensive elevators.
My brother works for one of those companies.
Which results in accessibility concerns for many people as less residential buildings end up installing elevators. Even such things as cars and headlights. We can't import cars from a lot of parts around the world because our regulations are frankly just different. We also can't export our cars around the world because our
that belong to the indigenous peoples of North America, the First Nations, the Métis, the Inuit, EU who would view as any European state which respects the values referred to in European Union.
Hold on. This person might be interesting.
Bonjour tout le monde. James Newman, he, him, il, lui, de Montréal-Québec, la circonscription de Huntsic-Cartierville, et je vais continuer en anglais. I rise against this resolution because while I have great respect for the EU has been a great force in defending the rights of its citizens, particularly in the fields of data privacy and holding corporations accountable, and is certainly a firm force of opposition against the agenda of Donald Trump. There is one part of this resolution which brings me strongly against it. The last sentence, possible membership of the European Union. Now, I respect the intent of the people who wrote this, and certainly part of me wishes I could be an EU citizen. I'd have loved to have gone on Erasmus as a youth. But Article 49 of the Maastricht Treaty, which created the European Union, states clearly that membership is available only to any European state which respects the values referred to in Article 2. So my problem with adopting this resolution and campaigning for it as a party if we adopt it is twofold. One, obviously, I do not believe the EU will accept membership. I believe there's many countries who do not have great relationships with Canada. There are members of the EU who would veto accession. And secondly, on a moral principle, and I do not assume any ill intent, to be clear, of the people who wrote this motion, we are not part of Europe. We are a country founded on the lands that belong to the indigenous peoples of North America, the First Nations, the Métis, the Inuit, the Anishinaabe and Dene and other peoples of Treaty 1, the Kanien'kehá:ka around Montreal where I live. And we cannot...
I'm getting really sick of this whole we stole land BS. We bought the damn land. It was a bad deal on their end. And all land is taken. There's not a piece of land out there that isn't taken from somebody else. And I'm just tired of it. And I also didn't take the damn thing. I was just born here. Don't get mad at me for what my great-grandpa did.
A party that truly honors that title, that heritage, that history, and those people, and then go abroad to other countries and argue that we are a European state. I yield my time. Thank you.
Microphone one.
Thank you, Chair. My name is Tony Orbello. I'm the QPBC Secretary-Treasurer, and thank you. And I reside in Surrey, BC. This resolution invites us to think strategically about Canada's place in a rapidly changing world. As global tensions rise and traditional alliances shift, Canada must strengthen relationships with partners who share our commitment to democracy, workers' rights, climate action, and strong public services.
We're not a democracy. Oh, no, we are a parliamentary democracy. That's true. Yeah. And a constitutional monarchy. Okay. I was wrong about that.
Closer engagement with the European Union offers real opportunities. It can mean deeper cooperation.
and life for the working class in Europe. They're creating more and more debt.
Hi there, Adam Schmidt. I'm from BC YNB. I'd just like to inquire, when people make the argument that they support the motion but doesn't go far enough, is that a con point or is that a pro point?
It's a good question, friend, and one of my favorites. It is
housing as it stands. This is missing this part in the resolution. I'm not.
Yeah, I'm Canadian. All right, let's check out what day 2's got for us. I was scrolling through this before. I want to see. They had 3 days of this nonsense. I don't think there's going to be anything good in here. See day 3. Might just be a good time to call it for the day. Listening to this nonsense.
OK. Alors, on passe directement au vote sur la résolution.
Oh, here we go.
Email from that ago on the first day of online voting. None of us could find it. We will connect after this, but in the future, just so everybody on the floor knows clearly what to do in a situation like that, you should email resolutions.ndp.ca immediately if you see an inconsistency, and we'll be happy to take it before convention. So we'll connect after. Okay. Thank you.
And apologies to you and the 6 other organizations that didn't get your resolution here. Was microphone 4 a point? Okay, perhaps on the resolution? Yes. Okay, let's a point on 2.
Yes. Hi, my name is Samantha Green from Toronto Centre. I would like to move a motion that the resolution that was not included in the package for prioritization actually be reprioritized.
I would love to help you, delegate, but that is so out of order for the question of notice alone. The delegates who have sent here got instructions from their constituencies on what they would be considering. There was an error I cannot fix now by superseding the rules of how everyone else got their issues to the floor. Just like the emergency resolution, I would love to be able to, but we cannot.
I mean, before the introduction of online voting, it was a practice of the NDP at conventions to allow delegates to move.
I have just said no, and I'm sorry. Did we read the resolution?
How far back can we go?
And I am a person who lives with a mostly invisible disability. I came to this convention.
All right. I think this is when the good stuff's going to start.
Welcome back, friends. I'll leave a moment for those of you with other duties to attend to see to them. We'll keep the hall quiet. I'll remind you, it's not too late. I see points at the microphone. We will hear from them. Mais au titre de rappel, notre politique d'harcèlement est toujours en force.
Also, did anybody volunteer to make that clip for me? Did we get a volunteer? I don't know if we did or didn't. Because that'd be great. If not, I'll have to do it another day. But I'd like to get it while it's still hot. Still hot. I'll give you a wink if you do it for me.
N'oubliez pas notre but collectif de construire un gouvernement canadien. And I thank you for your patience. I know it's been a long
I have this at 1.5 times speed, by the way. It sounds like regular talking.
convention. You're doing admirably. We've got this one more block to get through. I see equity speakers at the microphone with cards. I'm going to start with microphone 1, and then we'll do microphone 3. Microphone 1, please.
Merci.
I think hay fever would count as a disability. Yeah.
This is the second time I've been up here today about this matter and the 4th time at this convention. When it was being spoken in English, someone made a decision to not put it up there and wrote, this is being said in English. That's fine if you don't have a hearing problem, but when you do, it needs to be there. And this is the second.
This is just going to be a whole thing. We might have to do day 2 of this because I don't have enough time to go through all this right here today. This is what was this? Day 3, 2:59. So let me hear it in 1 time speed. Okay, I got you, bro. I got you. Let's hear it in regular speed.
Time I've had to make that comment today, and it's been, I've had to make that comment just about every day. So please make sure that it's up on the screen for us.
Can't do it. My ADD can't handle it. Oh, I identify as a person with ADD. I can't focus. So can you guys should have gave out fidget spinners at the beginning of this so that way I can focus. Yeah, point of privilege. We didn't have any fidget spinners here to keep my ADD in check. So yeah, point of privilege.
Having difficulty following, whether en anglais or en français, s'il vous plaît.
Very important point of privilege. Thank you. Microphone 3.
Yes, Virginia Burton, Burlington, also the coordinator of the Ontario Disability Committee. It's a point of personal privilege, and it's a little bit involved, but I would like to do it, please. It's really important. It's with regards to disabilities in this convention. I would like anyone in this room that has a disability or is a caregiver for someone with a disability to just put their hand up. Plus, all these people.
Watch. Let's see how many hands come up. Hold on.
Me. This issue is really important.
All right, we didn't get to see anybody.
We have found that through this convention, we have been marginalized, and couldn't fully participate. Issues with elevators that wouldn't go to the third floor, accessible.
What the frick are they supposed to do about the elevators, bro? They don't own the building. It's a convention. They would have hired a building to go in, and they probably wouldn't know that it didn't go to the third floor. It's an issue. Oh my God, point of personal privilege. We can't get to the third floor because of the elevators, and we need to allot time aside for that. My God.
Well, meetings that are not sensitive to accessibility needs and requirements. We are not in the same boat as our regular people that come to convention. We require more time, more things to do, and those weren't there.
Imagine like my elevator can't get to the, you got an elevator, bro. You know how many parts of the world don't even have elevators?
We also had a discussion.
This is a true story. I was back when I used to do hippity hop. I did a show where there was only stairs to get up to the bar we were doing a show in, and there was a guy who was in a wheelchair. He couldn't get up the stairs, so me and a couple buddies went down, picked up his wheelchair, picked him up, and hauled him up the stairs and put him down. Do you think he complained about points of personal privilege? He's like, "Hey, yo, thanks for getting me up the stairs. We found a solution to his problem. We found a solution to his problem. We got it done for him. We helped him out. It wasn't that big of a deal. Now, granted, I think he should have a means to be able to get up there on his own, but he didn't go to the owner and bitch about it all night. He went up and had a good time after we helped him up. Stupid.
With regards to hybrid meetings, and have been told that it's like two.
If it was you, Gabe, I would have left you outside. Just to let you know. I would have left you outside. I would have said, crawl up the damn stairs. You'll be fine.
2 years to put a motion in, 2 years to get it passed. 27% of people are with disabilities, and they have to be represented at this party. They're not represented anywhere else.
How much is with disabilities?
27% of people are with disabilities.
30% of the world is disabled? You know what? After watching this convention, you're not wrong.
And they have to be represented at this party. They're not represented anywhere else.
She literally confessed that the NDP party is a party for the disabled.
We need to make sure that they have accessibility and that we are doing what we need to do to make them feel part of this convention. I'm very fortunate. And
well, look who came crawling back. Savage.
We had a good meeting. I have the new chairperson, Melissa Graham, one of the new chair people. And we want to strive to make that part of our party grow, but we need to have the convention be sensitive to us. We do have different requirements. And I'm going to pass it to my friend, Caroline, and she has more.
Hi there. My name is Caroline Avery, and I am a delegate and a member of the executive of Davenport EDA in Toronto. This is my first NDP convention. I'm rising. Thank you. I'm rising on a point of privilege. Je suis désolée. Je ne peux pas parler français très bien. Et aussi, il y a beaucoup de gens ici, and I am never speaking even just in English. I am a proud union member of OPSSU. We are support staff for 210,000 unionized workers in Ontario.
What the heck? Are you leaving my husband outside? What a friend. No, listen, of course it's a friendship thing to do. I'm giving him a challenge to overcome.
OPSSU is an affiliate of the CLC.
If I hand him everything in life, he won't grow as an individual.
The OFL, and the Coalition of Black Trade Unionists. And I am a person who lives with a mostly invisible disability. I came to this convention knowing that I would not be able to fully participate because of...
Dog, I can't get a good night's sleep. Am I disabled? It's an invisible disability. I've been trying to get help with that for a while. Was at the doctor's today. It didn't even help me. Point of privilege. Point of privilege. Where's my point of privilege here? I want to get government money because I can't sleep.
My disability, but then I was further excluded because of NDP processes and procedures. Every day when I go into work, my job is to support unionized workers so they know their union has their...
Oh, great. You're on a union.
...their back. Where were the union leaders when 150 people living with disability were excluded from the CLC reception last night because of scheduling? Did you...
They were excluded because of scheduling? Oh, it starts at 7 o'clock. That's when the disabled have to be at home. They enforce that rule. That's a law. That's a law. 7 o'clock. The disabled have to go home.
You speak up. Did you have our backs? Because we did not hear you. I am asking that the party work with our people living
Oh yeah, I'm very anti-union. Unions suck butt.
with disability leadership, Melissa Graham, and
Unions are just small capitalisms. Or not capitalisms, socialisms.
she's an OPSU member, and I'm getting, Janet Folk Dawson, please review your processes and procedures through an equity lens and ensure that all equity-deserving members of the NDP have the opportunity to participate in NDP events
See you,
to
bro.
the best of their ability so that none of us get left behind or feel invisible. Thank you.
Thank you, delegates. These are very important interventions. Our democracy demands that each of us have not just an equality of opportunity, but an equality of...
Hey, thank you so much, man. Appreciate you. Loved my video with David Wood? You mean the live? Because I didn't make a video with him. Did they make a video on me?
outcome. And I want to thank your caucus particularly for your patience with our movement while we struggle to get it right. You should not have to try so hard. I will remind delegates that this morning we expanded the rules for the equity cards to members of the equity-seeking groups.
They made a video, or was it a video or a live? You didn't specify.
I'm going to go to microphone 2, and then we'll come to microphone 1, and then we'll come to microphone 4. And if you feel like it, we could talk about a resolution. Microphone 2.
Hi, my name is Rudy Turtle. And
This what? Shouldn't make fun of somebody's names, but my goodness gracious. As a parent, you should have known better.
Resolution. Microphone 2.
Hi, my name is Rudy Turtle.
That's a Disney-ass name if I've never heard one. Rudy Turtle. My goodness gracious. God bless you, Rudy.
I'm former chief of Grassy Narrows First Nation. I'm also the leader of Land Defense Alliance, Kanata it's called. And I just want to say that last week, my First Nation was here in Winnipeg to protest against the development of a nuclear depository near our traditional grounds. We are clearly opposed to it, and other First Nations are also opposed to it. Eagle Lake First Nation, Lac Seul First Nation, Gull Bay, Fort William First Nation.
I'm a union member. We make more than non-union, so you can hate it, but I'd rather make more than less. Yeah, oh yeah, there's benefits to union. Not gonna lie. If you're in a union and you're at the top, you're obviously capitalizing on that. Right? Just like in socialism, the people who run the socialism are going to capitalize on it. No, there's definitely benefits to unions, but I am very anti-union because it makes it very difficult for a person who's actually working and does the job better to grow. That's my issue with unions, is it stops people who are actually the best person for the job to get the job. That's why I'm anti-union. And then you end up with a bunch of dickheads that don't actually care about the job and are just doing it because. Just because. That's my issue with unions.
And there are citizens from Dryden and Thunder Bay who are also opposed to it. I just want to share that with you.
Thank you, Delegate. I'll invite you to save remarks until the resolution when we talk about nuclear power.
All right, but also I want to invite you to, we are going to be in Toronto tomorrow at 9:30, our First Nation, and we invite people to come and visit us. And also, if I may, I want to speak my language, since everybody else is speaking their language.
Please.
I'm gonna go to these ones. I want to speak my language. Oh yes, bye. How you doing over there? Come to your house. You come to my slammer. Some coverage in Argent. And just start, just start doing some fake ass Newfoundlandese. I want to speak my language because everyone else is speaking theirs. Why? Like, what is your ultimate goal for that? You want to speak your language because everyone else is speaking theirs. That's a personal just pride thing, man. Because like, what message are you conveying? All you're doing, oh, you got to speak your language. I want to speak mine. Like who? Like, speak your language. Language is meant to communicate to people. Speak your language. People know your language. Like, that's the point of language. Speak your language. People know your language so that they can hear what you have to say. Language isn't a thing of like personal pride. It shouldn't be. It's stupid. I want to speak English because English is just who I am and it's part of my personal pride and my heritage. I don't give a rat's ass about, like, listen, if the main language became freaking Chinese, I would learn Chinese and start speaking Chinese to people because it's the most convenient way to communicate.
I also rise on a point of privilege. For the sake of resolutions, I'll make it brief. The specific most recent problem is that during the previous speaker from the Socialist International, the English language caption simply said, speaking French, translation unavailable.
Oh my God. Maybe because the person doing the captions doesn't know this very, very specific, unique First Nations language. Is that a possibility? Or no, you got to get the people who do the translations to know every single possible language and just be ready for all of it. They just got to be sitting there ready. Okay, hold on. That's a language only known by 1,000 people. Thank God I know that one. Oh, thank God. It'd be really good. Hold on, because these guys are very anti-AI, right? It'd be really good to translate right away. AI systems. If you put an AI caption in there, probably get it right away. No issues.
This convention has just not been good enough on this front, folks. So I have a request. In British Columbia, we formed a subcommittee of people who have disabilities and who've been delegates to provincial convention to review.
Did you know, John, that in certain places in Canada, if you own a business and your signage is only in English, you can get given a fine? Yeah, that's true. But did you know this? You can have certain signage that's only in French. Double standard.
That convention to identify the problems and to come up with recommendations for the future. None of us want to come here 2 years later and experience the same because there's been no system in place to deal with it. So it's a request to every federal executive member here, new leader, whoever, please find a systematic, ongoing way to address accessibility at convention that meets
AI systems would do your job for you, buddy. It would do it.
Best practices and high standards. Thank you.
Microphone 2 on a point.
Hi, my name is Emily Pickstock, a delegate from Bay of Quinte, pronouns she, her. Bay of Quinte is situated on the territory of the Anishinaabe, Haudenosaunee, and Wendat people. I want to echo the sentiments from the other persons living with disabilities. I feel as though something that was missing in
She's got orange slices for earrings.
one of the last resolutions was a specific distinction for our youth living with disabilities and taking that into consideration when we talk about the care sector and when we talk about childcare. The NDP needs to make a commitment to specialized education childcare and childcare for children with medically complex needs.
Every person who's come up and spoke at these microphones look like they've never done a push-up. I'm just saying. All these people who struggle through all these problems in life look like they've never struggled a day in their life. I'm just saying.
And taking into consideration the distinct and unique needs of youth with disabilities, their caregivers, their parents, and the people who work in the care sectors with them.
They're disabled, John. I'm going to hell. Lord, forgive me.
And I hope that we can all, at the next convention, bring that into our resolutions. And those of us here who are MPs and MPPs, I hope we can do more in the House, especially reinstating Jordan's principal funding.
Everybody wants them to do more, but nobody wants to be the person that does more. You ever notice that? I wish you guys would fix it. You guys should fix it. Nobody ever steps up to volunteer to fix it. Nobody goes to the mic and says, hey, you know what? I noticed you had an issue with your captions there. I have a solution. I can fix it for you guys. I can make it so everybody gets, no one does it. No, you guys need to fix it. Nobody steps up with to be the problem solver. They just the problem makers. Where's the people who come up and, hey, I noticed there's a bad system here. Here's the solution to the system. I think you guys should look at it. Nobody does that.
Indigenous students.
I think the federal council can look forward to some resolutions about this. I see a point on microphone 3. Friends, I do think you would like to see some resolutions. Let's hear from microphone 3.
Hi, Sam Hirsch, Ottawa Center. I just want to know about the schedule of convention, when this block is scheduled to end, when it'll actually end, and when convention will end, and what's going to happen to the tribute for Ed Broadbent if we go over.
I can tell you what I know, which is that there's 48 minutes on the clock in front of me, and then I leave and we do the video of Broadbent.
Thank you.
I don't know anything more than that.
It's kind of weird if you're in shape and buff and have to collect disability unless you look like you have the TISM. I promise you, everybody who is a top level jiu-jitsu guy has a touch of the TISM, so they could all collect disability.
Microphone 4, are you on a point?
I am.
Let's get a mic open on microphone 4, please.
I am. John Wonderlick, he, him, Toronto Danforth, although I identify as a machinist who finished my apprenticeship.
Wait, you identify as a machinist? You either are or are not a machinist. Do you have your degree or not?
So very far from here in Transcona shops.
I identify as a lawyer. Stryker, I now identify as a lawyer. I'm coming for your job.
This point has been building over the course of this convention, and I would like to paraphrase Audre Lorde. You cannot destroy the digital master's house with a digital master's tools. And I find it extraordinarily disturbing how the party has drifted into the tools of surveillance capitalism, or what I might now call...
I bet a taco that every speaker collects a check once a month.
Socialist capitalism. And the crowning glory of... it's...
My side's MMA collecting disabilities between fights. I guarantee you they all got autism, man. I haven't met, I've met quite a few high level fighters, and they all have some sort of like condition for sure. They all got some sort of mental condition. There's something wrong with them. Like they're just socially inept or like have a touch of autism, or there's something going on there. But they use their disability to strive and grow in the world.
Difficult enough in a capitalist system with a capitalist electoral system to fight the fight that we want to fight. It becomes even worse when we use the tools that are based on behavioral data extraction that don't treat people as whole people, but treat them as data to be parsed, targeted, marketed, and disposed of. And the particular episode that put me over the on this was being herded and like cattle in a chute so that I could be scanned, right? So who knows what.
They're all such pansies. They're all such pansies, man. Oh, they gave me a card and they scanned me as cattle through. Oh my God. God forbid they collect data. God forbid.
But who knows where this data is being accumulated, aggregated, treating me as a data point, not as a human being. I see Nation Builder has a booth in the back, a U.S. corporation based on data extraction with private enterprise. I find this offensive and absolutely.
Oh my God, he's such a pansy. I find this offensive that they're collecting data, that they're growing in their knowledge and learning things. I find that offensive. How dare you? How dare you use me as a bit of information? How dare you? How dare you not come to my house and have tea with me first?
The wrong road for the NDP to go down. You need to treat us as people, not as data points. You need to treat us as whole people.
Really? Oh, you need to treat us as people, as they give you your personal pronoun cards and let everybody go up and have a say about whether or not there's enough time to take a shit at lunch. Literally gave that person a place to speak. Oh, they don't treat you like people enough. Are you freaking kidding me, you big pansy ass mother trucker?
People engage with us on the street, as we've always done, face to face, person to person, without having to abstract, digitize, or otherwise digitally mutilate our bodies. Thank you.
Digitally mutilate our bodies, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my God, gracious.
Thank you, Delegate. Friends, I'm going to ask further feedback about the convention to be directed to your elected representatives at the Federal Council. You've just elected people to hear your views. That's part of their job. That is the governing body of the party between conventions. This is the only place we can pass big resolutions. I'm going to recognize the delegate.
Even she's getting mad at it. Like, hey, can you guys stop bitching and complaining? Like, can you guys actually bring up something of like something worthy of talking about?
Get on microphone 3 on what I think is a point.
Your privilege.
Point of privilege. Go ahead.
My name is Ben McGilly. I'm from Condemning St. Paul, and I'm also disabled too. And I just want to say how the schedule was a little bit cramped together. I know that, but it would be.
Oh my God. The schedule is too cramped together.
Nice to hold, preferably next convention, because I'm not sure if I'm able to make it in person, to have it somehow hybrid. So I'd like to make a motion that we look into that next time.
It's just all they are doing and coming up is complaining about how they don't like the convention enough.
Like, to the Federal Council, who in the next.
Is that only what people do nowadays? Complain? Listen, I'm going to give a compliment. I like this person's suit. It's a good suit.
Couple of years, I'm sure we'll be planning our next convention. You have elected co-chairs from your committees. You have regional representatives.
Okay,
we can make a better plan collectively to do better.
Okay, thank you.
Somebody want some resolutions now? Yes? Committee?
Thank you, Chairperson. 020117, defending the North Coast tanker ban.
There's a point of information at microphone 2.
Thank you, Chair. My name is Cyan Sibanason.
What information do you seek?
I'm seeking information on what happened to a resolution that my riding and 5 other ridings adopted. It's a resolution called Affordable Power, Creating Jobs and Energy Sovereignty.
If it's not in the book, what happened was that delegates were given an opportunity to vote democratically on prioritizing resolutions.
That's right.
And if yours was not in the book, it was ranked lower than 10.
No, so my question is that when delegates were invited to vote online in the online voting system, it did not appear in the list of resolutions on the first day.
Don't have an answer for you about that because I don't know. The committee has a point? Might have an answer?
Hi there. Did you ever receive an email from resolutions@ndp.ca?
No, none of the 6 ridings that adopted the resolution received any information that is out of order. Okay. In fact, even though on the first day of online voting, none of us could find it,
We will connect after this, but in the future, just so everybody on the floor knows,
the whole time is, hey, can we get somebody who's got a real problem? This guy seems to actually have a real problem. And then just like, hey, we can't help you.
Clearly what to do in a situation like that, you should email resolutions.ndp.ca immediately if you see an inconsistency. And we'll be happy to take it before convention. So we'll connect after. Thank you.
And apologies to you and the 6 other organizations that didn't get your resolution here. Was microphone 4 a point? Okay, perhaps on the resolution? Yes. Okay, let's a point on 2.
Yes, hi, my name is Samantha Green from Toronto Centre. I would like to move a motion that the resolution that was not included in the package for prioritization actually be reprioritized.
I would love to help you, delegate, but that is so out of order for the question of notice alone. The delegates who have sent here got instructions from their constituencies on what they would be considering.
Can we just can we listen? Make me king. Make me king. Here's a rule that I would make everybody have to do. Take a basic course in logic, just a basic course, so you can just understand why things are in place and what to do in certain situations. You can navigate it.
There was an error I cannot fix now by superseding the rules of how everyone else got their issues to the floor. Just like the emergency resolution, I would love to be able to, but we cannot.
I mean, before the introduction of online voting, it was a practice of the NDP at conventions to allow delegates to move.
I have just said no, and I'm sorry.
You just got shut down. You just got shut down.
I would like to interrupt the stream with a point of privilege. The schedule for the stream was too cramped. I was not able to make fun of all of the attendees. Thank you.
Yeah, no one cares. No one cares about your point of privilege and whether the stream is too cramped. If you don't like it, go watch someone else's stream, Gabe. We don't care, Gabe. Everybody laugh at Gabe. Sitting here talking about his point of privilege. Everyone laugh at him.
Did we read the resolution?
0201-17, defending the North Coast tanker ban. Be it resolved. We're excited. Okay. Be it resolved that the NDP stands.
This is why I can never run for politics. Yeah, I just like the point of privilege. Shut up. We got bigger problems. Go away.
And with coastal First Nations and vigorously oppose any efforts to weaken, overturn, or temporarily suspend the tanker ban along British Columbia's coast.
I don't know what the tanker ban is.
Delegate on microphone 4.
Well, thank you. Hello, New Democrats. I'm Lisa Marie Barron, the former Member of Parliament for Nanaimo Ladysmith. And I'm incredibly proud to be able to speak to this resolution that was put forward by the incredible Nanaimo Ladysmith Electoral District Association, as well as our friends at the Skeena-Bulkley Valley, EDA, including Sarah Zimmerman, who I hope also gets the opportunity to speak to this incredibly important resolution. For those who live on the coast, this resolution is about the waters we grew up beside, the communities we love, and the responsibility we carry to protect them.
Every politician, everyone comes up and all they spout is feelings. Everything is feelings. This is what I feel. The whole world is centered around your feelings. Who cares about how you feel?
For future generations. We know what's at stake. A single tanker spill would have devastating consequences on marine ecosystems, coastal communities, and on the cultures, identities, and food sovereignty of First Nations who have stewarded these waters since time immemorial. That's why the tanker ban exists, and that's why it must be defended. Yes.
Yeah, oil spills are terrible. But you want to ban them, and then what? Then what are we supposed to do? We don't have the grid system for our electrical system. We don't. So you need to get oil. So how about just better systems to stop spillage?
Yet we are seeing the Liberals rolling back environmental commitments and open.
That's me and Abby were talking about this yesterday. This whole world's an all or none type of mentality. It's like either we're all in or we're all out. There's none of this we saw a TikTok on it. If you want to be a vegan but you really like bacon, right? Just be a vegan that eats bacon. Technically, you're not a vegan. Sure, yeah, cool, but yeah, you're on the path. You're doing part of it what you want to do, right? It's like, I want to start working out, but I can't because of this. I can't fully commit. Just do a little bit. Just like walk 10 minutes. At least you're doing something. So this mentality is like, okay, we don't want an oil spill. So what's the solution? Ban all oil. Or no, maybe go like halfway and figure out a better system to transfer the oil. Because oil is like a very important part of our life. Even in EV systems, you need oil. Like you need oil to lubricate the moving parts. It's just a requirement of life. Like just get rid of the oil, get rid of it. You're not thinking ahead here.
opening the door to projects that put our oceans at risk. And the Conservatives, we know they will always prioritize corporate profits over the environment. It is shameful. We are in a climate crisis. New Democrats must stand firm and make it clear that we will not allow our hard-won protections to be weakened. Please, to all members, please support this resolution to make clear.
Again, all or nothing. The Conservatives only care about profit. They don't care about the environment. We only care about the environment. We don't care about profit. Well, you need some money to take care of the environment. You can't do it without. Again, all or nothing mentalities don't do anything.
That New Democrats stand with coastal communities, stand with First Nations, and stand with a future where oceans are protected. Thank you, MLC.
Yeah, and I agree. We should protect the oceans, 100%. But it's not an all or nothing mentality.
Microphone 3.
Len Zafman, environmental representative for Guelph EDA. Thank you. So I would like to speak for this resolution, but I am speaking against it. Let me start off by saying the ban is necessary for many reasons. The coastal nations in whose territories this lies are resolutely against it. They urge the federal government to stand firm in its commitment to uphold the tanker ban. Protect the North Coast is not an item for negotiation. It is a national responsibility, and it is a quantifiable investment in Canada's treasured marine environment.
Delegate, I'm going to ask you to get to the part that you oppose, please.
Okay, so let me finish by saying they choose to protect their economy and their coast. Why vote against it? Well, the problem with it lies in the text of the resolution itself.
Okay, I gotta go anyways. My time is up. Oh, we could summarize this with like, ask about the video. Summarize the video. I'm just curious what it's gonna say. Leadership election results. Hey, this is great. Oh, look, AI did something useful. Accessibility concerns. It literally adds a whole section. Delegates raised points of personal privilege regarding the marginalized of those with disabilities during the convention, calling for systematic change of future event access.
Microphone 3.
Yes, Virginia Burton.
I literally picked out a section for it. What a world we live in, ladies and gentlemen. What a world we live in. Canada's cooked. Canada's cooked. That is a major party in Canada. That's not a minor party. That's not like some offshoot party that nobody's ever heard of. They have input. They have say. A lot of their voting has affected Canada. A lot of what they do in Parliament has affected Canada, right? A lot of Trudeau was him siding with the NDP party and getting a lot of their votes and a lot of their sway. So can we raid Brother Maverick? Sure. Yeah, we can do that. I don't see why not. I don't see why not at all. No, the NDP is a major party in Canada. We're really cooked. We're really cooked, and nobody is really voting conservative these days because it's conservative because of American politics. Our conservative party is very liberal. But nobody cares because it's conservative. That word conservative is like, because they assume Canadian conservatives are just like American. We're not. We're not. Canada conservative is very libertarian. It's very, very libertarian rather than the conservatives that you'd see in the United States. Democrat Party, I think it's called, or I don't forget which one it is. I always get you guys mixed up. We just call it conservatives and liberals. All right, so where do we go? Customization. I always forget how to do this. Redirect. Brother. Hey, he's already on my list of people to recommend. There you go. When you guys go over there, make sure you tell him it was a raid from me. Make sure you do that. Baby, stop spreading misinformation. What did I say? They only have 6 seats right now. Right now, yeah. I'm not saying that they're huge, but they were a huge aspect of Trudeau's implications. Am I wrong about that? Am I wrong? Was not their whole like dealing between the two of them? Isn't that why Singh became a very public figure? Is because everything he did with Trudeau? Yeah, they are a major part of our system. When we watched the elections, who did we see on the screen? We saw conservatives, liberals, and NDPs. Those were the 3 people we saw on the screen. I already told, listen, Abby, you came in late. I already told everybody that they're not part of our 2-party system. Like they've never been voted in and they never took them in majority government. But they are part of the top 3 choices. Anyways, woman. She knows more about politics than I do. She's probably right. All right, folks. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. We will see you all tomorrow for our normal scheduled debate live stream. Well, we'll see how I feel, whether we're going to do a Q&A like we did on Monday, or if we're going to do an actual debate. We'll see. It's all going to be based on how good of a night's sleep I get. Outside of that, if somebody, again, could make that clip for me, I would really appreciate it. I know I'm asking a lot. I'm asking for free labor, but it's not a long clip. And if you could just send it to me at bigjohnsteele@gmail.com, that'd be great. That'd be great, because I want to send it off to David Wood while this is still popular. While it's still going. That'd be great. I want everybody to know that I condemn the ripping of the Quran. That'd be wonderful. All right, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out. God bless, and have yourself a great day. Oh, and say hi to Brother Maverick for me.